Tonight, Trump speaks. It's going to be about, my assumption, they're going to hyper-focus on what happened this year, how they had to come from way behind, how they had to fix all the problems, and how they now are going to, see America take off. And we're doing better than any time in history. And it's the usual stuff. I saw something earlier where Tucker's like, tonight he's going to announce a war against Venezuela. You haven't gone to Congress. You can't announce a war. We're going to war. Congress is like, what? Now, most Republicans would be fine with that. They don't have the guts to go, well, we shouldn't do that. But, you need to go to Congress for that. So I think it's going to be all about the thing that is most important to the average person, you and I listening, which is cost. Like you heard Ken there. I've been telling you guys this for a long time. Those AI data centers, whatever you think you're going to be saving in gasoline, once they start moving in, you're going to watch that stuff evaporate. Virginia, certain areas of Virginia where they're putting a lot of them, you're seeing prices for some of these people for their homes go up exponentially, $200-$300 a month. They are going to absolutely cause prices to shoot through the roof. And when they save, there's going to be jobs. There'll be think of it, this is what it's going to be. Somebody builds a building like the size of a Walmart, and that's going to be the data center. Nobody else is going to be there outside of a few other people. And then what are they going to do? The water, too, which is what they're not talking about. 5 million gallons a day to cool off all of that stuff. And that stuff evaporates. It's not going, it's not flowing, it's not recycling. It's gone. That's a lot. That is a lot of water they're going to be using. So these things are going to be, we care about the expensive stuff. The AI data centers, I like AI too, but we got to start thinking about nuclear. And I know people don't want nuclear. But you can't expect us to grow AI in the way that, that they're hoping to do it and not see a massive uptick in energy prices. And the devil's in the details, man. It's the other thing that people aren't talking about. Go look at some of these things where if it's 100 outside with, 90 degrees humidity here, and all of these companies have their hands in it, you watch what happens. If there's a rolling blackout, if there's something like that where they decide, hey, we're going to have to cut the power for a little while, guess whose power doesn't disappear? They have essentially the first right. So, yeah, we need to make sure. I'm all about that. And this administration lives for the crypto. They live for the AI. The AI is... It's a big deal, but we are pouring so much money into this, and there are some serious worries. And if you start seeing your bills go up $60, $80, $100 a month and start to see them really take off, it's crazy how much energy these things take. And we haven't even gotten to the quant computing yet. Wait till that happens. The other thing they're going to talk about is, will there be a vote on health care? I don't know if there will be a vote on health care or not.
Not until next year, they say.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking about. I don't think so either. I don't think that they tried to force something today.
When's that CR run out?
Continue the end of January? Last day of January?
So they basically got themselves another month to figure it out.
But here's the thing. Take away the CR, because once these rates are set, they're set. So if they come up with something in February, they're not fixing it then. These rates are set for the year. I mean, if you could have heard Bell just trying to talk to a human being today to get his damn card number, imagine if they had to go back and try to fix the rates. This just isn't going to happen. This is Chip Roy. Old Chip Roy today talking about healthcare and kind of going after both parties.
And now we're sitting here and we're listening to nonsense about healthcare, where my colleagues on the other side of the aisle sit here saying, well, you guys aren't doing anything about the massive expensive cost of healthcare. Why do you think it's expensive? Because you literally cut a deal with insurance companies to run healthcare. You think that's going to run wild? Yeah. That's why they have 2,000% profit increases, and the American people can't afford to go to the doctor of their choice while we enrich insurance companies. And yet Republicans will complain about it, and then they'll offer milquetoast garbage like we're offering this week, and then go home at Christmas and say, look at what we're doing. We're campaigning on reducing health care. Well, congratulations. At some point, people will look at this body and say, maybe we should get rid of all 435 members of the House and all 100 members of the Senate and start over, because Congress is literally failing the American people. I yield back.
He called them milquetoast. 15 years, by the way, Republicans. Everybody's been waiting on your plan. 15 years. I don't know if somebody forgot it somewhere, but your plan isn't going to, whatever plan you're trying to pretend that you're going to roll out isn't fixing anything. It isn't. Your best bet is to do another year. It sucks. Yeah, we get it. Obamacare sucks. We've all been there. Blah, 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 blah. You can say it over and over again. But what are you going to do? Because it's going to land at your feet, whether you like it or not. And Mike Johnson is not reading the room. Why? He's in a super safe district. They're not getting rid of Mike Johnson.
We knew that we were coming to the end of the year when it would expire. And remember, the Democrats created this COVID-era subsidy.
Nobody cares about who created what at this point in time. You're in charge. Fix the problem. You're blaming the old chef, who's no longer the chef, on the menu that you didn't create. Well, guess what? You're creating your own menu. This is one of those damn things.
They are the ones that put the expiration date on it, and now they're turning to Republicans as if we should save that in some way. We couldn't find consensus on it with the body in order to pass it. Here's the reason. Everybody needs to understand there's a false narrative out there about these subsidies. It's subsidizing insurance companies, and when you do that, you're masking the cost, the rising cost of healthcare, and you're making the premiums rise even further. But here's the false narrative. The Democrats are pretending as though this affects everybody in the country. It affects 7% of Americans, this extended subsidy. And of those, even if it was extended without any reforms at all, it would only reduce that small group of Americans' premiums by 5.7%.
You're not reading the room. You're just not, dude. Like Ken's going, he's not. He's just not listening.
Yeah, we send people to Congress to work together.
Yes.
To get things done. They're not getting anything done.
No, they're not.
I mean, we do have the one big, beautiful bill through, and we'll see what that does for us in this next year. But right now, whether you like it or not, 7% of Americans are going to suffer no matter who pushed this through. They're going to suffer.
They are.
And it's going to end up costing us all.
Yes, because that's the other thing that, Mike doesn't take into account is when the pool shrinks of healthy people, what happens? Well, they dilute it. So they put all the other risk is going to be shifted to the other plans and the other people. So we're all going to see an uptick. Look, there's no perfect thing. But you continually saying, well, this is not our fault, it's their fault. Nobody wants to hear that. How are you going to fix it? You're in charge. Great, it's their fault. We could talk about it all day, right? You could name the bill, Obamacare sucks, it broke the healthcare system. Call it whatever you want. But what is your plan? And you didn't have a plan. And Chip Roy called everybody out on that. And the one plan that you guys have had, or the two plans, are milquetoast. We're going to give you $1,000 or $1,500. Your premiums are going to go up by $4,000 or $5,000. You can't spend any of the money on your HSA accounts that you're getting on any of this stuff. Really. So have fun. It's broken. We get it. But you better figure something out. And they don't want to. I don't know. And they could say, well, you can blame it. Here's the thing. You can blame it on the Democrats all day. But they're going to look at you and say, but you're in charge. Now, this was the goal. You guys got in charge. You were going to fix it. And you haven't. And millions of Americans who are going to see their rates go up, even people who aren't on the exchange. Now that pool, that stuff's going to be spread out. And what are they going to do? The Democrats are going to roll out all kinds of stories about so-and-so, father of two, has a small business, can't afford health care, he's rolling the dice. Such and such having to work 9 jobs to pay for their premiums and their health care because they can't afford not to, and there was no subsidies, and the $1,000 they got or $1,500 they got doesn't really go anywhere to cover a lot of these things. It's frustrating. And go look at Obamacare right now. Strongest, highest numbers it's been in a long time. Why is that? Because people worry when you take something away, unless you're going to replace it with something better, they think, oh my God, it's going to land on our head. They're trying to do the Indiana Jones. They're trying to, try to replace that thing, take the little sand thing off and put the other one on. They're not even doing that. They're just taking it off and seeing if the ball rolls. So, good luck with you guys tonight. I mean, it's frustrating because you sit here and you go, come on. You can't all think that you can't all think that this is the way this thing should roll. Right? You guys get this. But if you're in a safe district, and I think a lot of people were waiting around to find out if indeed they were going to actually not go along with the vote, okay, whether or not they're going to retire. And I think we're going to see a lot more retirements coming up. Rob Reiner's son was indicted. You know what? He hired Alan Jackson, not the singer, but the attorney or the pastor. He's the guy that just got that lady off, was it earlier this year? I remember her, the one that they thought murdered her boyfriend that was a cop.
Oh, in Boston.
Yeah.
What was her?
Yeah.
I've already forgotten her name.
So, I'm sure there's a Lifetime movie coming out about it soon. But he's good. He's good. He's good. And I don't.
They got to be aiming for insanity.
Yeah, they got it. Yeah, something like that. Well, and then I want to see how the brother and the sisters react. Do you know what I mean? They're shocked. They're stunned. They're upset. That's still your brother. You knew he had problems. The question is, how do they react to this as well? Because Moore's coming out about how unstable he was. And I guess he and Bill Hader almost got into a fight Saturday night.
Yeah,
Conan's thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, from what I saw on TMZ, Bill Hader was talking to somebody, and apparently Nick Reiner came up and interrupted them, and Bill said, hey, this is a private conversation. And then according to who TMZ is sourcing here, said that just all of a sudden Reiner just had this look on his face, just like a faraway stare, and just stood there.
Yeah. God.
And then left. And then that's whenever apparently he and his father started getting into it.
It's
at the party. And then there's, photos of Bill Hader, after learning what happened. I mean, he is just distraught.
Yeah, he is.
On his phone.
Just so absolutely busted up about the whole thing. And
why does he think he had something to do with it?
I think he thinks it maybe
that's what triggered him or
pushed him
something.
over the edge, you know what I mean?
That makes sense.
But they were worried about him. They didn't want him to be alone. That's why they brought him. They he kind of insisted, hey, I need to bring my kid. They didn't want him to be alone. He was he had fallen off the wagon, and they said his mental illness was really like his violent tendencies, and he was starting to ramp things up. I think they were all kind of scared of him, the sisters and everybody.
And so, you think about it, you think about the cost of mental health care.
Yeah.
Well, the Reiners, they've got means. And this probably comes down to where, sometimes it comes down to the person who is mentally ill taking charge and agreeing to be treated.
No matter how much money you have, I can't buy your want to get help.
Exactly.
Doesn't matter.
And so it just makes you wonder, just how long he had been spiraling. I guess it had been for years, off and on.
Since he was 12, he's had issues. They said he had a lot of mental health issues.
Yeah.
And the drugs he did, he was masking something, using the drugs and all that stuff. But when you use as much as he did, that doesn't help your brain along the way.
No.
You may be numbing the pain at times, but you're mushing your brain. And then you start to, spiral even more.
Do you think this is going to go to trial?
No, I don't.
I don't think so.
And I don't think the family's going to want that either. I think eventually what they end up doing is they will probably get him. He'll probably be sentenced to, life with, in a therapeutic place because that's probably what he needs.
Yeah.
He's, and they suicidal as well because he probably realized after everything, oh my God, what did I do?
Yeah. I mean, it takes me back to Gene Hackman's death.
Yes.
This body of work, this life that Rob Reiner led and the stuff that he did, and it ends like this. It's terrible. It's tragic.
Yeah.
It's like I can't watch Gene Hackman movies.
It's tough. It's tough.
Because you remember, you think, oh yeah.
He was laying on the floor for days.
Yeah.
That's a tough thing when you think about the last of all these people that you grew up watching, and their last thing is this is how they met their end. This wasn't you're surrounded by loved ones and that kind of thing going quietly. It was an awful situation, and it's sad.
I just wonder I wonder if we'll ever know what exactly pushed Nick to do what he is accused of doing.
No, I think we're going to find out he was a lot more mentally unstable than people realized, and that he'd probably gone off his meds weeks or months ago, whatever he was on. Something triggered him too, because they said for the last several months he's gone on and off the wagon, but I bet he went cold turkey off the meds that were supposed to keep him well.
And you cannot do
No, you cannot do that. That's Bell. All right. I'm kidding, Bell. You know I love you, brother. Coming up, settle down. Little White Woman Wednesday. We've got some white women for you. You know how it is.
I wonder when we were going to hear from them.
Kylie?
Yeah. Huh?
Is it Kylie?
We got some Kylie. All right. Got a little bit of Kylie for you, right? Talking about who knows what, probably some Brown stuff. Chad Benson, Joe, Super Talk 997. It's Wednesday. Not only do One Hit Wonder Wednesday, but we got the white ladies, White Women Wednesday. We're going to go with Kylie. She went to what school again?
Well, she had a scholarship to White, but she went to Brown.
Right. She had a scholarship to White, went to Brown. And as you guys know, there was a shooting at Brown. Still haven't caught the guy. And apparently, no matter how many angles they have, they're not very good cameras. So we'll see what happens with that. But it's all part of God's plan, not according to Kylie.
This shouldn't be a hot take, but stop telling victims of violence it was part of God's plan. I don't care what you believe in. This is incredibly disrespectful to literally every single person that you've told this to. Because essentially what you're saying is this omnipotent, omniscient being that knows everything, has all the power, let this happen and took away this person's loved one when they are already grieving, especially in the aftermath of any sort of mass shooting. Because guess what happened? It was some white man decided to go in and take somebody's life because he is that arrogant, that entitled, and that sick in the head. Even if you believe that it has something to do with a higher power deciding this, keep that to yourself. Say, I'm so sorry that happened. Even thoughts and prayers pisses me off because guess what? Thoughts and prayers do not create actionable change. What creates change is legislation. It's people who stop giving in to what these donors and these lobbyists want. Change has been long overdue in America, and the truth is that this is one of the most violent societies that no one talks about. And most of these mass shootings originate from white supremacist propaganda and from racist white people. So please stop bringing your religion into this and be respectful of victims. It doesn't matter what you believe. That is not the time for you to insert that into the conversation.
Yes. Don't do that, guys. You hear me?
Point as she's pointing her finger.
Yeah, she's pointing it. So wait, what would you like me to say about that? Just I'm curious. So you don't want me to I'll say I'm sorry? Should we say that sucks for them? And how do we know it's a white person?
I think she ought to take the blame. She's white.
She is white. Hey guys, we all have a little bit of the blame.
Look, she didn't cause it, but she didn't stop it either.
She could have. You know what, Belle?
That's right.
At any given time, because of her white powers. White powers? What?
Well, and plus, she's ultra woke, so she should have been aware.
Yeah.
Well, and do we even know the skin color of this person of interest they're looking for?
We know he's stocky, 5'8", and he was wearing a mask. That's it.
Yeah.
That's all we know.
It does look on some of the photos, though, if that is the guy, that it looks like he was a white person, which statistically would be what you expect.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. But I've heard everybody say, well, he yelled Allah Akbar. That's one of the things you've heard. Could it have been ironic as he was doing that? I don't know.
Maybe he was yelling, Allah, you, I'll be at the bar.
Yeah. But the crazy thing is 800 cameras. We got nothing? You want to know why there's this worry of no transparency in people? Because there's all these cameras. The best pictures we have of them for somebody's Ring doorbell that they got on, Amazon Black Friday deals. We should probably ask Kash Patel. He's over doing another podcast. That did not go over well. I know he did it a couple days before, but that didn't go over well with Stephen Miller's wife.
Uh-oh.
He did talking about his love for his girlfriend and how she's not a honeypot and all this stuff. Have you not seen it? No. Oh, it's cringeworthy. It is cringeworthy.
Dude, when I get out of here, I tune out.
Yeah, I do too. I do too. But I was watching some of it today because, Steven Crowder, hardcore Trumpian, and a guy that loves, he hammered him, said, look, this is what I'm giving the FBI, an F. You've lied to us, no transparency, and that was cringeworthy. Cringeworthy. Coming up. Okay, now I'm going to this is kind of your disclaimer. I did not do this. This is not my thing, but I got me thinking. I saw this, and this, of course, was after the Southwest and coming out with their new rules about customers of size. But this is our disclaimer. These people did this. They've got a lot of followers. They willingly put this out there. We're going to have a conversation about it. Chad Benson Show, Super Talk 997. Dun, dun, dun. All right, here's a disclaimer. Customers of size, nutritional overachievers, people of size.
Giggity.
Not me. I want to put this out there. I just find this interesting. I find stuff like this fascinating in today's world because we put ourselves all over, right? The internet, we're totally fine with it. Splash our lives out there. And we got to talking the other day because all of us were curious. So starting, you got all these new laws, all these new rules, all these things happening. And starting next month with Southwest. And we were curious about how you enforce their new customer of size policy. So right now, if you're a larger person, okay, you've achieved, you beat anorexia, whatever you want to call it. You go to order a ticket and you get there and you can't fit in the seat properly. And you can't get the seat, even with the extender. I'm trying to be nice here. You can't. The other thing is you can't get the what's it called? You have to get the armrest.
Armrest, yeah.
They will give you your money back, or they'll give you a seat for free next to it. But starting next month, that's not happening. And so you have to know. And we were curious as to how you know. Are they going to ask you in I guess it would be when you're filling out all the stuff online, getting ready to pay for your ticket? Do you how much do you weigh?
Or do they just expect the ticketing agents to eyeball you when you get there?
Yeah, because by then it's too late, right? Because you don't get the money back. You don't get any other stuff. So going there and then telling you you're SOL, that's not fair to you.
Yeah, and if the plane's sold out, what are they supposed to do other than bump you?
So, which brought me to this. First of all, I want to say something here on a side note. Disney adults, you're nuts.
I'm a Disney adult that ain't know it.
Hope that's stuck in your head all day. So why did they come here? Because I saw this. If you guys have ever seen this, plus size park hoppers. Excuse me? Plus size park hoppers.
Sure they're hopping?
Not very much. And if it is, we'd feel it. So again, make all your hatred out to our dear leader here. So you guys go to like Disneyland or Knott's Berry Farm or Dollywood, and there's a ride, and you have to be 40 inches tall. So I got to get, and you go and you go, okay, cool. I'm bigger than that. I can get on. Nowadays, because again, the nutritional overachievement, I'm not saying anything. The larger folk, most of the places now have one of the carts out there so you can try to get on it. These ladies are just helping you with that so you don't waste your time.
Have you been dying to ride Jungle Cruise at Disney World's Magic Kingdom, but you weren't sure if you'd fit? Hey!
First of all, I just want to say this. I've been on the Jungle Cruise 1,000 times. If you can't fit on the Jungle Cruise, it's a boat. Just want to let you know that. It's nothing special, right? You don't have to put anything on. They're not strapping you in. If you're having an issue getting on the boat, that's a problem.
Everyone, we're plus size park hoppers. We range in sizes from 2X to 5X. Make sure you like this video and follow us for more plus size Disney tips and tricks. Jungle Cruise is a slow moving boat ride that takes you on a tour through some of the world's exotic rivers.
Yes, I know. It is a slow-moving boat ride when you guys run. That's not very nice. I don't know why you guys said that.
Exotic rivers. On this tour, you'll see some totally 100% real animals. And if you're lucky, you might even see one of the 7 wonders of the world. If you use a wheelchair or ECV, it's important to note that the standby queue is not wheelchair accessible.
And the ETV, those are the little rascals. So if one of those little Zoomer rascals is carrying you around, because these women travel all over, and they want to make sure they can fit on all these rides. And yes, some of them do have the rascals because those cankles can't hold up forever.
The cast member at the entrance will give you a return time and have you enter in the designated boarding area at the exit. There is also a wheelchair accessible boat where you're able to remain in your chair for the duration of the ride. The ride vehicle is a large boat with bench seating. You'll have to take 2 fairly large steps down into the boat. There is no seatbelt or lap bar, just pure adventure and questionable puns. So you'll want to keep your Mickey ears open for this one. All of us sizes 2X through 5X are able to ride this ride comfortably. Jungle Cruise is a classic, and the Jungle Skippers are truly what make this ride fun. We rode with Skipper Delaney, and she was the best. She even took us to the backside of water, which is so much cooler than the front side.
So the Jungle Cruise, if you're larger, you guys can get on it. Good for you. But this is where it got weird, okay? So I want you guys to understand, this is where it got weird. So I'm like, okay, you know what? It's kind of nice. They're doing this, I guess. I'm not trying to be mean. This is the weird part.
Here's everything we ate in a day as 5 plus-size best friends at Epcot's Food and Wine Festival.
Did she really put that? Let me tell you what they didn't eat. A salad. Chad, I know. I'm sorry.
Part 2. Hey everyone, we're plus-size park hoppers. We range in sizes from 2X to 5X. Make sure you like this video and follow us for more plus-size Disney tips and tricks. Katie got the liquid nitrogen frozen pumpkin cheesecake mousse from Swirled Showcase.
Should have had a salad.
What?
Okay, here you go. This is what you got.
Katie got the liquid nitrogen frozen pumpkin cheesecake mousse from Swirled Showcase.
Liquid nitrate.
Frozen liquid nitrogen.
Pumpkin showcase. I don't know what it was.
Pumpkin cheesecake.
It was caloric. I will tell you that right now because they show it in it. It's caloric. It is. I mean, God bless you that you're going out there and talking about all the food you're going to eat. We ranged from 2X to tent. What happened to your girlfriend? We had to tent her. She's a
that's just wrong, Chad. How dare
you
you? I don't want to be associated with this.
If you like pumpkin spice and cheesecake, you'll love this. Sarah got the Beijing Jiajiang noodles. She wasn't a fan of the sauce, but Ashley really liked it. Deanna got the chicken dumplings, but without the sauce. She liked them so much that she wished she had more. At the refreshment outpost, Ashley got the South African cream liqueur chocolate mousse. This was absolutely delicious.
Anybody here had an apple? Anybody?
I know because I tested it out myself. My name is Stephanie and I got the warm raclette Swiss cheese and alpine ham. This cheese is very stinky but delicious. Ashley had this brilliant idea to make a sandwich with the ham and the cheese. A few of us tried the Bacetti Kisses di Pizza from the Italy booth. These were okay, but they were chewy and they didn't really have a lot of pepperoni in them.
You guys are only there for a few hours. You spend the entire day there. This is the problem. Now, they do go on some more rides, and that's what I find to be interesting because not everybody gets to get on a ride, kids. I hate to tell you. Not everybody does. And it is, look, God bless people for doing this, but I mean, from a serious standpoint, at no point in time did you think, man, I don't fit on rides. Maybe I should think about doing something else.
Can't fit on that ride, but that cheesecake will fit in your mouth.
I was like, wow, Parker, you guys aren't hopping anything. You're right about that. You know what I think? They're going to eat their way in and make sure that they can never leave so they can't get out of the park. So they should live there forever.
You into fitness? You have fitness cheesecake in my mouth.
That is it. That right there is Bell. But I bring it up because, you know, we talk about healthcare. We talk about all these kind of things. We have an unhealthy lifestyle. We have people out there where they're normalizing. Could you imagine, hey, what's up? This is me and my friend, the heroin taker guys, and we're all going to take heroin and see what happens. I got this. It's just It's bizarre, right? It is.
But the problem with food is you can't exist without food. You can't live without food.
Got to have it.
You do.
But that doesn't make it an excuse to have it damage your body because you consume so much of it.
Yes, exactly. You know, and the wanting to normalize it. And not only that, but the wanting to take it and to make it like you must accept this. And look, they go to Disney, great. I already have issues with Disney adults. I think we should all have some issues with Disney adults. Don't you guys kind of agree?
Yeah, especially if they don't have kids.
Yeah. Well, none of these people have kids. They don't. So it's weird. You know how expensive Disney is? So let's say you want to go to Disney today, right? You're going to take your family of 4. Cheaper to fly to Tokyo and go to Disney and do like a week there than like go to Orlando for a couple days.
Doesn't surprise me at all.
Or LA. Cheaper to fly to Tokyo.
And to go to Disney?
Yeah. So you could go to Disney in Tokyo.
Oh.
And by the way, you go to Disney in Tokyo, lines are wide, but you're not going to find any park hoppers over there. But that's how expensive they've made it. It's crazy. But the normalization of stuff like this, I find fascinating because people put it out there and they want you to accept all of this. And we're having a big fight over healthcare in this country. And what have we talked about? The obesity epidemic is massive in this country, and for lack of a better term, and the cost to healthcare, because so much of what comes with that is because of our nutritional overachieving. So much of that is. Some of you are mad. Whoa, you guys talk about politics. This is real life. And I'm not trying to make, a few of them I made fun of, but how could you not with the whole thing about a salad? Let me tell you what you didn't eat. What did Bill Burr say? You ate your way in here, you can walk your way out. That's not nice. Just a tough thing at a time when we have to get healthier. And the fact that we're trying to like with FatCon, we joke about that with all the stuff that we're trying to normalize these things. And we've got everything in our pack. We have shots you can take now. We've figured it out.
But they still act like, we're trying to normalize being larger. We're trying to normalize people of size. No, you're trying to normalize a lack of a healthy lifestyle.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's, I don't know. It's very disturbing that the lack, we wouldn't do it with any other thing, like drugs, mental illness. We wouldn't do it with anorexia or bulimia.
Not even close.
But we do it with this, and it shows you the power the activisms have. The activists, they have so much power.
We look at a woman like Karen Carpenter or Ariana Grande, who I don't know if she has anorexia or not, but she's extraordinarily skinny.
Yeah.
We look at those people and we think of them as they're ill. There's an issue here for them that could affect their health and their life. But we don't do that with people that are large.
We don't. You're right. We see, last week we talked about how skinny Ariana Grande was. Like, it's really uncomfortable skinny. And everybody's worried about her. But nobody would dare say something if she was 300 pounds. She's so brave. And it's...
Yeah, that's what they said about Lizzo. Oh, she's so brave.
And what did Lizzo do? She wanted to get thin. She did. She wanted to get... Who doesn't? I've yet to find somebody who's fat and you're like, hey, if tomorrow I could make you thin and healthy, would you do it? They're like, no, I like sweating in the cold and not being able to tie my shoes.
Sweating in the cold.
It's true, right?
Yeah.
My buddy, he wanted to play hockey, so he got all the stuff, and he was a larger boy. By the time he got the stuff on, he looked at me and goes, I don't think I can skate, dude. I'm already, it's just too much. I'm like, I get it, man. I get it.
He's already worn out.
Yeah, already worn out. All right, coming up, maybe we might do some more White Woman Wednesday. Got some other stuff to talk about as well. Reach out to us across all of our social media. We love hearing from each and every one of you. Chad Benson Show, Super Talk 997. That's horrible.
It really is, man.
Good God. What the hell's wrong with people? Lots, actually. Have you met America? Have you met the world? Have you met the world? Some serious issues out there. Serious. And I was reading that report about DCS here. Good goodness.
Yeah, that's very
disturbing.
Very.
You're supposed to be the one taking the kids from bad situations, and you're like, you know what? I'll just lock them in my office.
This has been going on for a while.
Yeah.
Ken, wasn't it 3-4 years ago we were talking about this story?
Yeah. And this latest audit, even though DCS, says it's working on reforms, this audit just says it's still happening.
And it's like 230 some pages, and I've got through some of it. And I will say, and we'll talk about it a little bit more next hour. It is so bad, and they're one of the things they said. Well, there's not enough oversight on some of the stuff in the implementation of it. How are we allowing this? How is this happening? How we are failing in a lot of ways. And I know there's not a lot of foster parents out there. There's a struggle for some of these things, but somebody, you got a kid sleeping next to your file. See you guys later. Lock up if you go outside. Good God. Goodness me. Goodness me. Some of you are laughing about the whole fat thing. I am sorry. It was not meant to be, well, I mean, some of it was funny. But again, it's the bigger picture of America and the issue that we have here. Whether, we're talking here now, we've got that. It goes into effect next, 2 weeks, where you can't get sugary drinks and food, for SNAP benefits. But the problem isn't so much, you look and go, well, that's good. No, the issue is eating healthy is expensive. Way more expensive than eating cheap crap.
Yep.
The stuff we want is cheap. The stuff we need is expensive. And that's the frustrating thing. We could joke about having a salad, but if you really go get all the ingredients, you put it together, oh my goodness. Or is it just easier to reach for, a burrito and a soda? Not that I don't like a burrito, but we're talking about, just one of those, it's just.
I had a breakfast burrito this morning.
How was that?
It was exquisite.
Where'd you get it from?
7-Eleven.
One of the finer Mexican restaurants, by the way.
It's handmade.
Just letting you guys know that. It's one of the finer Mexican restaurants. Coming up next hour, number 3, we'll have our one-hit wonder again. Some more White Woman Wednesday. We're also going to talk about what to expect tonight from Trump's big Oval Office address. Chad Benson, Super Talk 997.